Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today in our program, the Atheist Center Unbound by CAGES, I am going to read out you regarding freedom, prisoners and Jogins. Gora was interested in existentialism in the 1960s, mostly because of the importance attached to freedom, personal and within society. Reforming prisoners and freeing Jogins became a key concern for the Atheist Center and Gora. It is worth noting that caste and tribe distinctions play a part in the life of prisoners and Jogins. Also, theism is an important force entrapping people into lives of crime or enforced prostitution. Gora was deeply opposed to theism and saw the removal of caste distinctions as an essential change for society. These two issues were at the heart of all his reforming campaigns. First, regarding prisoners. For historical reasons, there had developed criminal tribes in which the predominant activity was robbery and theft. In Andhra Pradesh, the settlement of Stuartpuram was not far from Vijayawada and contained hereditary criminals from Gavels. It was controlled by the Salvation Army in order to give its member a reasonable life, but with the underlying objectives of conversion to Christianity. The Salvation Army assisted with agricultural projects as an alternative to crime. The tribals also made ropes, mats, and baskets as a source of income. Polygamy and drinking heavily were discouraged but not completely eliminated. By the 1960s, there was some development of education and of small-scale trade, but brigandage, bank robbery, pickpocketing, and other crimes were a regular source of income. Reform began in the early 1970s with the involvement of Gora and Lavanam, whose attitude to social work was innovative, positively dynamic, and with respect and self-respect at its heart. During the Quit India period, Gora and Lavanam had experienced prison. Intelligent people going through prison for political reasons almost always emerge with determination to reform prisons and prisoners. Some prisoners were educated by their fellow prisoners and also came to support the movement for independence. Lavanam's wife, Hemalata, with skills in social work and counseling, was an invaluable person in the work. Gora organized a meeting at the Atheist Center publicizing the need for prisoner reformation. Gora suggested that Gandhian methods should be used. The first step was to hold a camp with 50 college students and 50 Borstal school inmates. The camp was to create citizenship awareness by exchange of experience. The youngsters were paid, and apart from three who ran away, the delinquents were given 6-month remission from their sentences. Gora was also keen on teaching and counseling non-criminal boys in the settlement. During this period, a bank robbery and 2 other thefts took place, but the reformers persuaded the group of bank robbers to give themselves up with the expectation that this would lead to lenient treatment. Gora had counseled some criminals to give up the spoils of the robbery. A program of rehabilitation so that economic activity removed the need for criminal activity was started. Agricultural tools were donated and jobs on the railways were found. These developments led to a great growth in self-respect. Nonetheless, a former criminal was ostracized when his past criminal acts were discovered. He found that a criminal past can haunt you. The repeal of the Criminal Tribes Act, in which the government gave rights to land ownership, provided a better situation for those in the settlement. The Salvation Army gave land only to the non-criminal settlers, thus leaving the criminals with less opportunity for reform. The reformers argued for land to be given to everyone so that the criminals had chance of reparation. Agricultural activity was successful and gave the settlers much satisfaction, but the success was not sustained. However, education for children of the reformed criminals was very successful in the long run. Young people gained qualifications and even university degrees and government positions. But crime is a cobweb. Along with the criminal, the stolen property dealers, the investors in crime, criminal lawyers, and corrupt officials used to share the booty of crime. The loss of the economic web was a problem for prisoner reform. Counseling from Lavanam and Hemlata and even former criminals strengthened settlers' desire to come out of the criminal system. Counseling on the poor behavior resulting from alcohol use also had some success. The police came to respect the work of the Atheist Center. They were able to see through the clique, once a criminal, always a criminal. A significant development was the founding in 1983 by the Atheist Center of Samskar, which means cultural change, a voluntary organization producing an occasional journal sent to prisons, police officials, and individuals. Samskar organized the first ever criminal reformation conference in 1986 at Vijayawada. Interaction between non-criminals and reformed and other criminals played a significant part in changing people's culture. Consistent contact with criminals in prison helped the criminal not to feel abandoned. This increased the possibility of long-term reform. A failure was the emergence of second-generation criminals, but their influence was not dominant. Support from donors enabled the purchase of agricultural requirement, rickshaws, trading stalls to give opportunities for employment. Training in typing, tailoring, and other skills were offered, as were loans. The Humanist Association for Human Rights helped to organize improvements. Integration is essential to the whole program, and meetings between settlements and nearby villages were helpful. Health programs improved the lifestyle of the Stuartpuram settlement. The criminal reform activity was not 100% successful because it was not dealing with a utopia. If the whole world could have prisoner reform programs anything like the one conducted by the Atheist Center, there would be a major difference to all societies. Gora, Lavanam, and Hemlata showed innovation, ingenuity, and considerable communication skills without which the project would not have been so successful. And in our next episode, I shall read out to you regarding Jogins. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaram channels, which crossed 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.